Before we attack each other and tear ourselves to shreds like a pack of maniacs, let's just open the sack first and see what's actually in it. It might not even be worth the trouble.
Hi. Okay, it's worth it.
Triple Axel Shadow Gardevoir. Let's just jump into the battles. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so I only have one set for you because I was experimenting a lot with Ultra League, and by the end of my set, I did this variation of the team, and I feel like I kind of liked it.
I can't now do that. Whatever.
My turn.
But I did lead Cobalion here into, it looks like counter Poliwrath, and I end up switching to Pidgeot as a safe swap. They bring in Alolan Muck here, and this is looking kind of scary so far because I don't have good alignment. The Poliwrath absolutely has a good opportunity here to come in and just kind of chunk down. We do get acid sprayed by Muck. I wasn't really going to shield here regardless because I wasn't really afraid of a dark move either. In comes Poliwrath, I throw a Sacred Sword, and then I bring in the Shadow Gardevoir, the main focus here of this team, to try to showcase this new move that it has access to. So it took me a second to realize this was Dragon Breath Charizard, so I shielded the first attack, but I definitely knew the next move, if they threw it, it was going to be a Dragon Claw, and I could at least take one to the face. So I take it, and look how much these charms are doing with Triple Axel. It's like doing so much damage with that attack boost. So if you don't know, Triple Axel is a 60 power base ice move, if I'm not mistaken, that gives you an attack boost. And Shadow Gardevoir is a charmer that already has a high attack stat. It's pretty frail, and that's one thing I want to talk about in this video too, is some of these matches are really close and difficult to pull off, but this opponent leaves Ampharos, and I'm going to stay in and shield once and try to like throw some moves here, and unfortunately they bring Giratina, and I actually could have switched here. I intentionally threw this Stone Edge thinking I needed to, so I could maybe eat these moves from Giratina more, but I think what the play was, I probably should have just saved my energy on Cobalion and probably brought in Pidgeot as my safe swap, honestly. I think this was a little bit of a mistake on my end, and yeah, Gardevoir, or I should have at least shielded with Gardevoir, I suppose, on my safe swap. I think switching the Pidgeot would have made more sense just because it doesn't do good with Ampharos. I don't know what I was really thinking. I think because I was still experimenting, I wasn't really 100% sure what my safe swap was, and yeah, I think honestly, if I have an Ampharos lead, it's really important that I safe swap to my Pidgeot there. Alright, so in this next match, GG to them, by the way, well played. We get a Stunfisk, a Galarian Stunfisk. So we're going to stay in. This is a favorable matchup. I'm counting to see what they're going to do. They end up getting up to Earthquake. So I will commit a shield. Even if they bait me, I felt as if this was still the call. I built up a little bit of extra energy knowing that we did protect against an Earthquake, and that way I can kind of remove this Stunfisk before it gets to its next EQ. And they do end up committing a shield, and I think because of that they just end up quitting, so GG's to them. Alright, yeah, so unfortunately this is only, I'm going to try to make more content on this channel, so definitely consider giving a like, comment, and subscribing if you enjoy spicy Pokemon GBL battles. That's kind of the point of this too, is I think Shadow Gardevoir is a little spicy in this current format. It definitely has the potential to do a lot of damage, and we do get an opportunity to see this in these final matches as well. So I think I actually just bring in Cobalion here, knowing that I have a pretty solid matchup with Sacred Sword against Welrun here. And yeah, they end up just letting it go through. I think I decide I'm going to commit both of my shields for Gardevoir in the back. I actually just end up switching directly into Gardevoir with this plan in mind, in case I need to switch out at some point to catch a move. They have Giratina Origin, and this is what I'm trying to say. Like, look how much damage just Shadow Claw still ends up doing to us. It's a really tough Pokemon to try to pull off, even in good matchups that it has, just because of that psychic secondary typing. But now we get that boost, and yeah, look how much damage. We just melt the Giratina at that point. I think if you're able to get an attack boost off on Gardevoir, it's legitimately absurd how much damage it does. Alright, so in this match, I end up switching into Gardevoir here directly on their Poliwrath switch because they let Empoleon into my Cobalion, which I understand they didn't want to stay in on that matchup. So in comes the Empoleon, but this is the thing. I mean, we have Shadow Ball for coverage, and why not just go for the Shadow Ball? Even if they shield, it's fine. But the fact that they didn't shield is game changing in a lot of ways here, because now we can actually just bring in Pidgeot. And this is a Dragon Breath variant Charizard, so I think they just realized they're not going to be able to generate energy fast enough, and I will be able to debuff them faster, so GG's to them. This is a 4-1 set. Yeah, honestly, I feel like with my testing with Shadow Gardevoir, it's a little tough to use in this format. It's definitely a little frail. But yeah, I'm going to try my best to post more frequently here on the YouTube with my Go Battle League journey. I am going to try to hit Legend again this season. So with that being said, the Sass Squad is getting stronger each and every day. Good morning, evening, afternoon, for tuning in. I'll catch you in the next one.